Problem number 11 is really a mental math problem, or intended to be a mental math problem. And so I'm going to do this problem two ways. I'm going to do it using a standard multiplication algorithm, and then I'm going to show you how I would do it mentally. So I can just simply go ahead and do 9 times 6, do a standard way. 9 times 6 is 54. So I'm going to put down a 4 and carry the 5. And then 6 times 4 is 24, and 5 is 29. Carry the 2, and then 6 times 1 is 6, and 2 is 8. And so here's often where the mistake is made in this problem. So I need to remember that there were two numbers behind a decimal point, so I need to make sure that I continue to put that decimal point right there after two numbers in this problem. Now, that's not the way I would have done the problem myself, because when I look at this problem and I see I'm at 149, that's really close to 1.5 or 1.5. So I would actually think of this problem as 1.5 times 6 in my head, or 6 1.5s. And I know that 1.5 times 2, I'm going to go ahead and write this over here, is 3. So when I have 1.5 times 2 is 3. So I have one set of 3, but I have times 6, which means I have 3 sets of 3, which means I have a total of 9, because I'm thinking of this as 1.5 times 6, or even I might even think of it as 15 times 6, but that's a little bit harder. I like keeping it simple. 1.5 times 2 is 3, and another 1.5 times 2 is another 3, and another 1.5 times 2 is another 3, so there's my 6, and so I have a total of 9, but remember this was 1.49, and so I have 6 100ths, this is 100ths place, I have 6 100ths too much, so I need to go back from 9 to 8.94. Now if you're not good with decimals in your head, that might be a little bit more difficult to do, because I needed to go down 0.06 to get to that. So when I see a problem like this, I'm pretty much thinking in terms of money. $1.50 times 6 is $9, minus 6 cents, if that helps you, is $8.94. So when you're thinking in terms of dollars in this problem, if I take 6 times $1.49, or really $1.50 times 6 would be $9, minus the 6 extra cents, because I multiplied that extra penny in there 6 times. And so I just took it away at the end and ended up with $8.94. So there's another way to do that, using mental math as opposed to this method. Both work, but a lot of these problems in this basic skills test were intended to be mental math problems, to see if you can do these kinds of problems in your head. Students often make mistakes carrying and borrowing in different situations using these types of algorithms. And so one of the challenges is to see if you can teach yourself to do some of these things mentally, and because you can't use a calculator, you need to think of other ways to solve these problems that will help you get the right answer.